Have you ever paused amidst the relentless noise of your daily life, suspecting that there is a profound, life-altering truth just out of reach? This isn't about the latest self-help trend or conventional wisdom. It's about a hidden spiritual reality, so potent, it could rearrange the very structure of your soul. Imagine for a moment that the great teacher, Jesus, didn't just speak parables to the masses, but left behind specific, potent words, divine blueprints, intended only for those prepared to look beyond the surface of the world. These were not simply religious lessons or moral codes. They were celestial keys, carrying the original pure vibration of the cosmos, designed to unlock chambers of consciousness you never knew existed within your own being. These words, when understood and felt with sincere intention, instantly realign you with the infinite, intelligent source of all creation. You are absolutely not here by chance tonight. Let that sink in. The forces that govern your path, your higher self, your deepest longing, the subtle call of destiny, have engineered this moment. Long before you even considered clicking on this video, your soul was already vibrating in response to this ancient, sacred summons. This revelation you are about to receive, the core of this teaching, was deliberately kept from the general public. It's not for the casual seeker, but for the illuminated few who already feel that persistent, unquenchable inner fire, the flame of remembrance burning deep within them, even when the rest of the world seems mired in confusion and spiritual coldness. This is your moment of recognition. When Jesus walked the dusty roads of the ancient world, his actions went far beyond mere teaching. He was a living transmitter of divine energy. His every word, every silence carried a specific and powerful frequency, a spiritual code. Those who listened with their ears, but more importantly with their open and ready hearts, immediately felt their boundaries dissolve, their awareness expanded, their entire perception of reality shifted, and the very core of their essence began to thrum with awakening. This precise, powerful, and transformative transmission is now flowing directly to you in this very instant. Your presence is no accident, it is an appointment. As the next few moments unfold, I invite you to consciously breathe deeper than you have all day, letting go of the tension in your body and mind. Use this breath as an anchor to the present, and allow your spirit to start the process of recollection. You are not tuning in to acquire a new piece of information to store in your memory banks. That is the lower function of the mind. Instead, you are here to reactivate an ancient knowing that has been slumbering within you. These words are not new. They are eternal. They stand outside of all human-made doctrine, language, and the limitations of time itself. They were birthed from the living voice of the divine source, and when you truly deeply absorb them, something holy within you will stir. You may experience a sudden jolt of energy, an undeniable lightness, or a quiet, insistent whisper in your consciousness that simply says, "I know this. I've been here before." This profound moment of spiritual déjà vu is the very signature of your personal awakening. It is the veil thinning and the memory of your true self returning. I urge you to remain with me until the very final word, because the energy, the realization, and the vibration that is building right now is powerful enough to permanently alter your spiritual trajectory and the way you interact with reality. Before we fully step into this hallowed ground of revelation and activate the powerful words themselves, I want us to perform a small but deeply meaningful act of energetic alignment. This action will signal to the universe, and more importantly to your own subconscious, that you are not just a passive listener, but an active participant, ready to receive and embody higher truth. Please take a moment and tap the like button below. Consider this a symbolic gesture, an act of light sent out from your heart, declaring your absolute readiness to the cosmos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Those who are walking this path of deeper gnosis, inner experiential knowing, find that their awakenings are amplified and stabilized by the collective energy of others walking alongside them. We are not meant to awaken in isolation. Finally, in the comment section below, I ask you to type the number 99. Do this not as a mere digit, but as a sacred declaration. 9 is the ancient mystical number of completion, culmination, and spiritual rebirth. By proclaiming 99, you are intentionally declaring that your old limited self has reached its end, and a new divine cycle is now initiating within your soul. Tonight, that rebirth begins in earnest. To truly grasp the magnitude of the words soon to be revealed, you must first shed every single preconceived image of Jesus, painted by history, dogma, or institutional religion. The true Gnostic Christ was not confined to stone temples or bound by the rules of any single faith. He was and remains a living, dynamic current of divine consciousness, a perfect, luminous conduit connecting the highest heaven to the depths of the human heart. When he spoke, his voice carried a vibrational signature that entirely bypassed the busy, often defensive human intellect and reached directly, magnetically, into the quiet center of the soul. This is precisely why countless people heard his sermons, but only a small inner circle actually understood. His words were never designed to simply fill the mind with facts or stories. Their sole intention was to ignite a spark of remembrance in the soul. Gnosis is not the acquisition of information. It is the instantaneous, absolute recognition of truth. It is that breathtaking moment when something primal and eternal deep within your core whispers, "Yes, I have always known this." This is the key difference between belief, which is external, and knowing, which is internal. Jesus expertly structured his discourse into layers. For the large crowds gathered around him, he delivered easily digestible stories and parables that offered moral guidance. But for those disciples who had proven their readiness, he shared secret codes, truths hidden in plain sight, carefully wrapped in powerful symbols and carried on a specific spiritual frequency. Every single parable, every simple illustration, was in fact a concealed doorway, and only those disciples whose spiritual eyes were truly open were able to perceive and step through it. The most profound, esoteric texts, the Gnostic Gospels, reveal that when Jesus spoke to his inner circle in private, he wasn't just conducting a study group. He was systematically transmitting pure, living divine energy and actively initiating them into the inner architecture and operating system of the kingdom of heaven. These profound mysteries were never meant to be merely believed, like a historical account. They were meant to be spiritually activated and embodied. Each phrase, each significant silence, even the very act of his conscious breathing, contained raw light. When that current of light made contact with the soul of a prepared individual, an undeniable internal process was triggered. They knew perception was awakened, a vibrant frequency was established, a powerful knowing emerged that no external force, no man, no challenge could ever extinguish or take away. That identical living current is flowing through the air between us in this very moment. The spirit that animated and spoke through him then is still speaking now, through the silent power of vibration. Every single word you are hearing right now carries a spark of that original creative flame, patiently waiting to fully ignite your remembrance and your soul's purpose. The Gnostic Christ did not walk the earth with the intention of accumulating followers who would simply worship him from a distance. His true mission was to awaken mirrors, to remind humanity, one soul at a time, that the divine is not some distant external entity to be worshipped outside of ourselves. The divine is a luminous reality to be awakened and embodied within. His central message was not a command, "Bow before me, heart," but an invitation, "Rise with me." This, in its essence, is the true secret that the world at large has consistently been unprepared to receive. The glorious, infinite light of the Christ was never intended to be constrained or contained within a single human body, a single sacred book, or the dogmatic walls of any one religion. It was always meant to multiply, to endlessly expand, and to live vibrantly within all those who possess the courage and the desire to fully awaken. You who are dedicating this time to listening right now are a crucial part of that grand divine continuation. You are not simply processing information. You are in the deep, powerful act of spiritual remembering. The very same spirit that the ancients described as hovering over the waters at the dawn of creation is right now hovering within you, waiting, expecting to speak and act through you just as it once did through him. This is the living Christ, the Gnostic Christ, the pure, undeniable vibration of truth that instantly begins to transform the earnest seeker into a conscious, radiant vessel of divine awareness. Once you feel this current establish itself within you, once you taste this truth, you can never truly return to spiritual slumber. A fundamental and irreversible process has already begun inside you. It is the gentle yet insistent dissolving of illusion, the spiritual burning away of all self-imposed limitations, and the complete rebirth of your spiritual perception. The deeper you listen, the more consciously you breathe, the thinner the veil between your human self and your divine self becomes. Soon the sacred words you are about to hear will no longer register as mere teachings or new concepts in your mind. They will resonate in your heart and feel like a powerful, profound arrival home. However, before you can truly receive and embody the magnitude of these three divine keys, there is one more vital revelation that must take place. This is a truth that will inherently challenge and expand everything you have ever been told or taught regarding spiritual knowledge. Stay grounded and stay present, because what is about to be unveiled is not merely an intellectual understanding, it is an immediate spiritual activation designed to rewire your soul. The three sacred words, activation of the inner temple, the first of the three sacred words, which the Christ of light unveiled to those who were truly ready to receive their inner awakening, is aletheia, the word of absolute unadulterated truth. This is not the frail, subjective truth based on human opinion, nor the limited truth constrained by your memory or perception. This is the absolute truth, the pure, essential divine pulse that existed in perfect form even before the vast universe was spoken into existence. When Jesus transmitted the word aletheia, he was not merely describing something external and distant. He was powerfully summoning the vibration of pure reality itself, the essence that instantly incinerates all shadows and illusions. In the ancient resonant language of light, aletheia fundamentally means the unveiling, the complete and total lifting of the thick, confusing veil that has long hidden your eternal self from your mortal eyes. This is not a word spoken with the tongue alone. It is a key for the soul. Its profound resonance can only be fully received by those whose hearts have been diligently cleared and uncluttered. When you speak aletheia with a profound and sincere breath, your very breath transforms into sacred fire. It moves dynamically through every single layer of your being, dissolving everything that is false, everything that is heavy, and everything that has kept you spiritually blind to your own infinite nature. This word is not a request, and it is not a traditional prayer. It is a powerful instant alignment. You are not begging for the truth to appear. You are consciously stepping into the reality of it. The outside world dictates that truth is a flexible matter of perspective, constantly shifting and evolving. But divine truth operates by entirely different laws. It does not yield or bend to human perception. It simply is, eternal, unchanging, and absolute. Like a focused, powerful beam of light effortlessly piercing through a dense fog bank, aletheia instantly exposes everything that has been hiding or dwelling in shadow. This is why it is often feared. Aletheia does not seek to comfort the ego. It exists to irrevocably liberate the soul. The very instant you whisper this sacred word, you will feel your inner energy begin to profoundly shift. Something ancient and primal inside you will recognize the sound, like a massive bell that has awakened a deeply hidden memory from a previous existence. You may notice an immediate warmth spreading across your chest, a vivid stirring behind your eyes, or a profound sense of limitless space expanding around your body. This is far more than just your imagination. This is the actual frequency of truth, actively rearranging the energetic architecture of your entire being. In this luminous vibration, lies and pretense cannot possibly survive. Masks instantly fall away. The debilitating noise of the world dissolves, and what remains is an absolute, crystalline clarity, not of mere thought, but of pure, unshakable spiritual knowing. Aletheia is not about the busy process of gathering new answers. It is about the systematic dissolving of all questions until only pure essential illumination remains. It does not reveal what your ego wants to see or hear. It reveals what absolutely is, the truth about your eternal nature, the truth about the divine, and the truth about the powerful illusions you were once convinced to call your reality. Jesus gave this word as the foundation because truth is the single, non-negotiable bedrock of all genuine awakening. Without aletheia, wisdom quickly devolves into confusion, and spiritual seeking simply becomes a hollow imitation. The Gnostic Christ inherently knew that the true, inner path to the kingdom begins not with blind belief, but with a courageous, conscious unveiling. Aletheia is that exact unveiling. It meticulously strips away everything that you were never meant to be, layer by layer, until only the pure, undiluted light of your essence remains. Tonight, as you whisper this word, consciously imagine its profound sound traveling upward through your spine, a column of golden light illuminating every previously hidden place and shadow within you. See the false self dissolving like a thin mist under the intense morning sun. Feel your consciousness powerfully expanding beyond the limits of linear time, beyond the attachments of your temporary identity. You are not simply speaking a word. You are invoking the very vibration that was first spoken at the dawn of creation, when God declared, "Let there be light," for Aletheia and the divine light are, at their deepest level, one and the same. The absolute truth is never cold, impersonal, or distant. It is profoundly warm, fiercely alive, and relentlessly loving. Its purpose is never to punish, but to purify, to lovingly remove every single thing that separates you from the crystalline memory of what you truly are. As you fully align yourself with this sacred frequency, you will begin to perceive that every challenge, every single heartbreak, every single shadow in your past life was only a temporary veil, a powerful mirror precisely engineered to lead you back to this one, all-encompassing truth. The complex illusion of separation collapses, and what stands radiantly revealed is a profound, divine simplicity. You were never actually lost. You were simply patiently asleep. Take a deep cleansing breath now. Slowly and intentionally whisper Aletheia 3 distinct times, allowing each syllable to descend deeper and deeper into the core of your being. Feel it moving through you like a holy, gentle, yet undeniable fire, radiant and potent. This is the first gate of Gnosis opening for you, the moment when true spiritual sight returns to your soul. As you gently open your physical eyes again, something will already feel undeniably different. You will sense that the world around you is subtly altered, because fundamentally, you are not the person you were moments ago. The light of Aletheia has already begun its deep, transformative work within you, and what it will reveal next will change everything about how you experience your life. The second sacred word, whispered by the Christ of light into the hearts of his most devoted, is Sophia, which is the very embodiment of divine wisdom. It is absolutely crucial that you do not mistake this for mere intellectual capacity, logical reasoning, or mental brilliance. Sophia is not the accumulation of information found in books or sermons. She is the living, vibrant intelligence that seamlessly weaves itself through all of creation, the conscious, guiding heartbeat of God, fully translated into luminous, deep understanding. When you consciously speak her sacred name, you are not attempting to call upon an external force. You are actively awakening a profound consciousness that has been patiently dormant and waiting within you since the very beginning of time. Sophia is the unstoppable, divine current that masterfully turns chaos into perfect order, transmutes confusion into crystalline clarity, and transforms deep pain into sacred purpose. She is the luminous, intelligent bridge between simply knowing and actually being. The ancient mystics and sages spoke of her as the Holy Spirit in constant motion, the perfect feminine expression of God's all-encompassing mind. She is the one who silently danced beside the Creator when the vast universe was first born, tenderly whispering, "Let there be light and meaning." When Jesus unveiled Sophia to his chosen, inner circle, he was not teaching them philosophy or dogma. He was gifting them the lens of divine perception itself. This is because true wisdom is not about frantically knowing what the next correct action to take is. Wisdom is the deep spiritual understanding of why that action or inaction matters within the grand, perfect divine pattern. Sophia gives you the unprecedented ability to see through the very eyes of heaven, to instantly recognize the hidden, undeniable perfection in what your limited human self once frantically categorized as random chaos or unfair suffering. When you whisper her name, your entire soul begins to interpret the events of your life differently. You start to see divine architecture in every single coincidence, sacred timing in every delay or pause, and undeniable messages embedded in every silence. Where the anxious human mind once saw only insurmountable obstacles, Sophia instantly reveals initiations. Where the clinging ego perceived devastating endings, she clearly shows glorious transformation. Her guiding vibration is subtle and soft, yet absolutely unstoppable in its power. It initially enters your awareness like a gentle whisper, but ultimately settles inside you with the undeniable force of spiritual thunder. When you consciously speak Sophia, the incessant static of confusion and fear begins to immediately fade. Your entire inner world is quieted, and in that resulting stillness, a profound, undeniable voice emerges. It is not a loud voice, but it is one of unmistakable clarity. It simply says, "You already know." This is because Sophia does not hand you new information to memorize. She effortlessly awakens the ancient knowing that was carefully buried beneath countless layers of societal noise, fear, and doubt. She flawlessly reconnects you with the absolute wisdom of your higher self, that immutable, eternal part of you that was never lost, never broken, and never, ever afraid. Take a moment to try this powerful exercise. Gently close your eyes. Inhale slowly and deliberately, and then softly speak her name. Sophia. Feel the word travel vividly through your mind like a ray of golden light. Visualize that light wrapping itself around your every thought, weaving deep, profound understanding through any lingering confusion, and bringing immediate warmth where there was previously doubt. You will soon begin to sense a deep, perfect alignment, as if everything that once seemed arbitrary, random, or meaningless now possesses a clear, undeniable divine meaning. The more consistently you invoke her sacred name, the sharper and more reliable your spiritual sight becomes. You will instinctively begin to feel when it is the correct time to move forward and when it is the sacred time to wait, when to speak with power and when deep silence holds the greater power. This is the subtle, powerful way Sophia operates, not through external noise or frantic activity, but through deep, powerful inner resonance. The Gnostic texts often relate the mystical story of how Sophia consciously fell from the heavens into matter itself, a necessary descent to fully awaken the flame of wisdom within humanity. This makes her the divine spark present in every single soul, constantly calling us to deeply remember that we are not merely passive observers of this magnificent divine creation. We are powerful, conscious participants in it. Every single experience you have lived, every small heartbreak, every profound triumph, was Sophia speaking directly to you through experience, meticulously shaping you into a perfect, compassionate vessel of divine insight. This is precisely why her wisdom is never cold or distant. It is intensely intimate, emotionally charged, and profoundly, beautifully human. As her powerful energy begins to move and anchor within you, you will notice an increasing, subtle shift. Your thoughts will become immediately calmer. Your daily choices will feel intuitively guided, and seemingly random coincidences will begin to form clear, meaningful patterns. This is not a trick of your mind. This is Sophia actively weaving divine order and deep meaning through the intricate tapestry of your life. Once her current starts to flow through your being, all personal resistance becomes futile, because her single-minded purpose is to perfectly align you with absolute truth, not to simply comfort your ego. She will gently but firmly dismantle illusions, dissolve all lingering confusion, and magnetically place you exactly where your highest spirit needs to be for its perfect unfolding. As this profound realization fully anchors within your heart, something truly extraordinary occurs. Aletheia, the pure truth you discovered first, begins to seamlessly harmonize and integrate with Sophia, the profound wisdom you are now actively awakening. Truth without the guidance of wisdom can often be blinding or overwhelming. Wisdom without the foundation of truth can be hollow and ineffective. But when these two divine principles unite within you, your consciousness instantly becomes luminous and whole. You begin to clearly, truly see. Keep listening and breathing deeply, because the third and final word Jesus revealed is what completes this sacred trinity. It is the powerful animating force that takes both truth and wisdom and turns them into actual, living, tangible transformation. Once you hear it, understand it, and breathe it, nothing within your spirit will ever sleep again. The third and final word, the glorious crown of this sacred trinity, is pneuma, the living divine breath. Pneuma is far more than just a word. It is the movement and presence of God Himself made manifest. Pneuma is the invisible, unstoppable current that originally carried life into formless dust and transformed silence into the roaring power of creation. It is the very breath that spoke countless galaxies into motion, the quiet whisper that first lit the infinite stars, the sustaining pulse that meticulously maintains every single heartbeat in the vast universe. When Jesus revealed this culmination word to His most prepared students, He was not simply giving them another abstract concept. He was giving them direct, immediate communion with the living Spirit itself. Aletheia provides the crucial direction, the unwavering truth. Sophia grants the profound guiding understanding, the wisdom. But only the spirit pneuma gives life to both. Without pneuma, truth remains a distant intellectual concept, and wisdom remains dormant, unactivated potential. It is the breath that flawlessly animates and empowers both. When you consciously breathe with full, sincere intention, you're not merely taking in physical air. You are actively and powerfully participating in the same sacred rhythm that perpetually sustains all of creation. Pneuma is that omnipresent rhythm. It is the silent, perfect inhale of the divine flowing through your physical body, and the subsequent exhale of your soul returning its light back to heaven. Every single breath you take is, in its deepest essence, a powerful prayer. Every exhale is a necessary release and surrender. Every inhale is a conscious, active invitation for the Spirit to dwell and operate within you more fully than ever before. This is the profound, literal meaning behind Jesus' action when he consciously breathed upon his disciples and commanded, "Receive the Holy Spirit." He was not speaking in a vague, abstract symbolism. He was physically and spiritually transmitting pure energy, the direct vibration of pneuma itself, into their very core. When you whisper this word, do not attempt to do it with your mouth alone. Let your entire being, your whole presence, consciously say it. Close your eyes, inhale with profound depth, and as you slowly exhale, gently whisper, pneuma. Feel the air itself tremble gently between your lips like a sacred, invisible wind. Imagine this spiritual current flowing effortlessly into your lungs, deep down to your core heart center, and then expanding rapidly outward like shimmering waves of golden light. With every repetition of the word, you will notice a miraculous sensation, a subtle yet powerful expansion, a dissolving of any lingering heaviness, a noticeable warmth that fills your chest and radiates vividly through your skin. That is not mere imagination. That is the living spirit consciously entering and inhabiting your physical form. Pneuma does not politely visit you. It fundamentally awakens you. It is the undeniable, constant reminder that the breath moving within your body and the very breath of God are eternally one and the same. In the mystical language of light, pneuma means the living essence that moves. It is the unseen, potent current operating behind every single miracle, every flash of revelation, and every genuine act of selfless love. When the spirit of pneuma breathes through you, your words instantly gain undeniable power. Your deepest thoughts gain the clarity of light, and your very presence becomes a powerful, magnetic force. You no longer simply believe in divinity. You consciously, physically embody it. This is the ancient secret that the original disciples carefully guarded, that through the constant, conscious flow of pneuma, the transformative Christ consciousness does not remain an event of distant history. It becomes gloriously alive within you now. Every deliberate inhale becomes a spiritual resurrection. Every conscious exhale becomes a deep surrender. Every steady heartbeat echoes the ancient perfect truth, I and the Father are one. But pneuma is not a passive or gentle visitor. It is the ultimate transformative force. The more you intentionally allow its current to move through you, the more it begins to instantly cleanse and clear away everything that cannot remain in your light, old entrenched patterns, debilitating fears, and deep attachments rise quickly to the surface of your awareness, not to harm or judge you, but to be finally, peacefully released. The Spirit actively clears away what Aletheia exposed and what Sophia revealed. You may experience sudden, unexpected tears, a profound sense of peace, or an intense rush of vibrant energy. Each is an undeniable sign that the living breath of Christ is actively and lovingly restoring perfect balance to your inner temple. For pneuma's ultimate purpose is to flawlessly unify what was once perceived as divided, body and spirit, thought and heart, heaven and earth. And here lies the single greatest, most liberating mystery. Pneuma is not solely God's breath flowing into you, it is also your every breath simultaneously returning to God. The moment you exhale, the very heavens inhale you back in. There is absolutely no separation, ever. You are the continuous, conscious inhalation of the divine. When you fully, deeply understand this truth, all conventional prayer instantly ceases to be just spoken words. It transforms into an effortless state of being. The breath itself becomes a perpetual conscious act of worship. Silence transforms into intimate communion, and every single moment of your existence becomes sacred and alive. Whisper Pneuma one more time now, slowly and reverently. Feel it deeply vibrate through your very bones. It carries the pure original sound of creation itself, soft yet absolutely infinite. With each succeeding breath, the divine energy within you dramatically amplifies, flawlessly reconnecting your soul with the eternal, life-sustaining flow that upholds all existence. Pneuma is the pure awakening of presence, the instantaneous moment when absolute truth and guiding wisdom merge seamlessly and become living reality. And as you continue to breathe in this consciousness, you will notice a tangible, miraculous change. The very atmosphere around you shifting, your thoughts slowing to a tranquil stop, your heart synchronizing with a rhythm far grander than your own. This is far more than mere meditation. It is an active metamorphosis. You are being completely rewritten from within by the exact same spirit that hovered over the waters at the dawn of time. And just when you think you have grasped the depth of what is occurring, Pneuma reveals its final, crowning secret. This ultimate revelation will perfectly complete your spiritual transformation and lead you directly to the profound truth your soul has been patiently awaiting since the beginning of its existence. Stay present, because what is about to be revealed next transcends everything you thought you knew about the meaning and purpose of spiritual awakening, the vessel and the revelation. And now, the external noise has hushed. Your breath is slow, deep, and perfectly aligned. The room you are in feels sacred, transformed. The light you perceive around you is not just ordinary light. It is intensely alive, pulsing, and profoundly aware of your very awareness. Everything you have heard, everything you have deeply felt up to this climax moment, has been an intentional, guided journey leading you right here to this ultimate revelation. The three sacred words, Aletheia, Sophia, Pneuma, were never merely sounds, concepts, or historical symbols. They were the divine architecture itself, precisely engineered to awaken the eternal spirit that has been patiently sleeping within you since the day you were born. Aletheia successfully unveiled the profound truth that your soul had, for a time, forgotten. Sophia flawlessly aligned you with the boundless wisdom of heaven's perspective. And Pneuma, the living, animating breath, merged them into a perfect, unified whole, transforming intellectual knowledge into undeniable, living experience, mere sound into pure spirit, and your temporary self into an eternal vessel of light. Listen closely to this final, life-changing truth. This is not just a message about Jesus. This is the Christ consciousness, the universal, eternal light, awakening inside of you, speaking through your own conscious breath, gently but firmly reminding you that you were never, ever separate from the source. You were never truly lost, never merely wandering without purpose. You were in every moment being meticulously prepared for this precise remembrance. Every challenge, every silence, every unanswered prayer was the necessary perfect training ground for your spiritual homecoming. The truth was never lost to the world. It was simply patiently waiting for your personal frequency to rise high enough, pure enough, and calm enough to finally hear and embody it. Do you feel that undeniable trembling in your chest? That is not a fleeting emotion. That is the moment of absolute recognition, your spirit remembering the ancient, perfect truth that the veil separating heaven and earth is, in reality, as thin as a single sheet of paper. In this very instant, you are consciously breathing the exact same divine current that once moved through the ancient disciples in their secret chambers, the power that shaped galaxies and the energy that parted the seas. And now it flows through you, the perfect conduit. This is the sacred moment, where mere belief entirely dissolves into profound, absolute knowing, where the holy becomes intimately, gloriously personal. You are no longer just listening to the message from afar. You are the message, the eternal word made manifest, walking, breathing, and powerfully shining through your very existence. But hear this final, crucial instruction. Awakening is not a final destination or an ending. It is a powerful ignition, the beginning of your greatest work. The world around you is still deeply asleep, still desperately waiting for true light bearers to finally rise and shine. That is the highest reason you are here. You were not chosen to escape the world. You were chosen to awaken and illuminate the lives of others. Aletheia, Sophia, and Pneuma, truth, wisdom, and spirit, are now permanently woven into the very fabric of your being. Every conscious breath you take carries their sacred frequency. Every single word you speak echoes the same pure vibration that once created the stars. Close your eyes one last time Inhale deeply and feel the entire universe breathing consciously and perfectly with you. The Christ light that you have awakened within is rapidly expanding, effortlessly reaching beyond the limitations of language, beyond the grip of fear, and beyond the boundary of mortality. You are the living temple. You are the perfect reflective mirror of God's infinite consciousness. You are precisely what heaven looks like when it consciously remembers itself and breathes into form. As this monumental realization settles deeply into your core, I ask you now to declare your full awakening in the comments section below. Type these words: I carry the breath of the divine within me. Do this because it is the absolute living truth. When you proclaim it openly, the universe and the heavens hear it and respond. The very moment you write it, something in your core frequency will change, permanently anchoring this new reality. This is not the end of this sacred message. This is the powerful beginning of your spiritual transformation. Walk now as one who remembers. Speak as one who effortlessly carries the light. Breathe as one who knows they are eternal and one with the source. You are not seeking the kingdom any longer. You are the perfect vessel through which the kingdom reveals itself. Truth has awakened. Wisdom has risen. Spirit has breathed. And now you have become the revelation,